Well, hello there, world. This is a formal introduction video. I'm just going to let you know who I am. My name is Melissa. I go by Pocha Salerosa. And let me tell you why. Pocha is the name that one of my followers described me as. And when I looked it up, I really liked what it meant. It's basically a Mexican American that speaks in Spanglish, more Americanized than anything. It used to be kind of like a put down, but now it's embraced as more of a type of character. Salerosa is my understanding. It's supposed to mean somebody that's charming and witty and yeah, has good character. So I think I do. Mhm. I live alone with my animals. I have dogs, cats, rabbits, chickens, quail, and I have an acre that's a few miles out of town, and I have two Barbados sheep on it. Um, I'm a few years from retirement age. I work in the healthcare field. I was hoping to retire sooner than that by getting famous on social media. Yeah, sí. La voy a hacer. Ahorita ya llevo. I have earned a total of, I believe it's $1.51. So that makes me really excited for the future. I like to tell stories and exaggerate my facial expressions and just to make it funny because I like to make people laugh. Uh, when I remember things, I remember them in a humorous way or try to. Um, what else? ¿Qué más? I'm still blessed to have both of my parents. I moved into this house 4.5 years ago. It belongs to my cousin. It was my aunt and uncle's house, but they have passed. So I live here. And in the time that I've been living here, just in the last year and a half is when I have actually gone out to the backyard. Déjame te explico. I just didn't go outside. The backyard was basically just where the dogs went to go potty. Los sacaba para afuera, los metía para dentro. Last February 2025, I bought some chickens from my niece. So before I brought them home, I went and invested in a nice chicken coop. I set it up in the back and I put the chickens back there. Y dije, pues ya que estoy aquí, let me go ahead and learn how to plant some vegetables. So I started to plant some vegetables. And then vegetables became ornamental flowers and trees. And no, but I got really into it. Pues ya que estaba fuera con las gallinas, I might as well do something and learn something. And it was always my goal to retire to a little piece of land, right? And just live with animals and do my own thing. I have no interest in travel. I have no interest in being in a relationship anymore. I just want to be an old crone out in the middle of nowhere con mis animalitos. But I wanted to be as self sufficient as possible. So I got the chickens because of the egg situation, but I also wanted meat. I didn't want to process chickens. So I said, let me try quail. Quail, Coturnix quail. I had never, ever. So towards the end of last year, encargué mis primeros fertilized, is it fertilized or fertile eggs? Bueno, venían ya listos para la incubator. So I ended up getting another coop, but the door's pretty weak. And what happened is my Jenny jumped up on the door y la abrió cuando yo estaba dentro de la casa y se metió y decidió matar 3. So I ended up with 12. Wait, 12? Yes, 12 quail. So I waited and waited and waited for the eggs, the quail eggs. And I was getting like 1 or 2, and I didn't know how to sex them. So I learned, and 10 of the 12 were male. Por eso no ponían huevo, estaban pelense y pelense porque they were all getting to maturity and well, quail get down. Y, hombre, I loved it. I've already hatched out about 7 clutches. I go processing the older quail and I keep the younger ones. I love it. It's super easy to raise quail. Then in December of last year, December the 3rd, I closed on a 1 acre tract, allá la mamá de los burros. It's about 18 miles east on the highway from where I live, and then 3 miles north into the ranch road. So it's pretty far in there. And so I started working that and, just a little bit at a time. I go on the weekends and I do whatever I can with whatever I can. I'm not in a rush to move over there, but I definitely want it to be ready by the time I retire. ¿Verdad que sí? So me fui dando cuenta that when it rains, it floods. The roads flood. They get muddy, they get nasty. Es esa tierra de barro that becomes like a clay. So that's going to be interesting if I move over there full time. But once I'm over there full time, I don't even have to come to town. I'll be retired. I'll just wait it out. But I'm not sure that I'll be able to ever move there while I'm working because how am I going to get to work? Not that it rains all the time over here, but when it does, it's about a week or two at a time. So, anyways, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Luego, I had put myself on a waiting list for some meat rabbits, Tamuk meat rabbits. It's spelled Tamuk. Según estos conejos, los hicieron para que toleraran la calor mejor, ¿verdad? They have longer ears, I understand, and they have thinner or less fur, para que no se mueran tan rápido como other breeds. No, hombre, con estos calores que hemos tenido aquí in South Texas, they're dying at the same rate as any other rabbit. But my rabbits are lucky because I live alone in a 3-bedroom house and they're in a air-conditioned bedroom as we speak, or as I speak. So one of the rabbits had kits. That's the name for the baby bunnies. Porque pues ya cuando me meto yo a hacer algo, yo aprendo el lenguaje de lo que estoy haciendo. So the baby rabbits are called kits. She had 7, and within 24 hours, 4 of them were dead. I knew one of them was going to die porque salió bien chiquita la cosita. Bien, no, como ni bien formado. But the other 3, uno de ellos se salió de la caja. Para cuando lo encontré, he was already cold and I couldn't get him back. And the other 2, I guess she wasn't feeding them because that was her first time. So Lolo se le miró en 4 y ya by the time that happened, she got the hang of it, and the other 3 are already 3 weeks old. Yeah, they'll be ready to wean in a couple of weeks. I'm going to put them in a different cage y para que se impongan solos porque al rato van a hacer comida. Pues I have my Jenny girl. She's my 10-year-old, almost 10-year-old pit bull that I got from my niece in 2016. And then I have Charlie that I found on Easter weekend this year over there. Lo fueron y lo aventaron allá en el rancho. I still think he went out for a walk, ended up getting lost because he's neutered. He was well cared for. He was a little dehydrated, como que se había perdido with the rains. Y por no dejarlo, because my daughter started to cry, I brought him back into the city and I started posting him on social media, Facebook, the local lost pets pages and stuff, and nobody ever came forward. Y pues, he's the size of a horse. He came to me the weekend before I had to put my Doberman down, my George. George was a little over 4 years old and had bone cancer to his right front leg, and he was getting worse and worse. So the Friday after I found Charlie, I named him Charlie, I had to put down George. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like the universe sent me a dog that needed me so that I wouldn't take George's death too hard. I still took it hard because he was my big boy. Well, George was a full-size Doberman, and Charlie, I don't know what the hell breed Charlie is. He is, he looks like a pit bull, has like the pit bull head, but he's got like the colors of the, I think you say it Anatolian or Anatolian shepherds, like the ranch dogs. But he's a pretty, pretty boy, like brindle color, and just sweet as he can be. I still don't trust him because he's bigger than George was, and George was a full-sized Doberman. He's está más grande que George. And then I have Oliver. Oliver's a little mutt. Right, Oliver? And then I have Frankie, my Siamese mix cat. She's gorgeous. Right now, I also have in the house my granddaughter dog, Fiona. She's going to be 12. She's mostly when I get in the afternoon, I put her in the crate because she's in heat. Yeah, my daughter never fixed her. She's in heat, and Oliver is not fixed either. So we don't want little mixed puppies. And I have Puki Paki, which is my daughter's bunny, but he's a pet bunny. He's not a meat rabbit. Ese no se lo va a comer. And then I have my two grand cats, my grandson cat and my granddaughter cat. They're staying with me because my daughter's going to be moving over here in a few weeks. Yes. Hopefully we'll see more of her on my channel. ¿Verdad? I think she should get her own because she's pretty cute. So that's all of it. I just wanted to get on here and say hello and ask that if you are interested in pendejadas or just watching me progress towards retirement, like and follow and share and do all that stuff. Click all the little buttons. Porque once I get to 50 subscribers, I can go live. Yes. And then maybe I can make more than $1.51. All right. I'll see you soon. Thanks for staying.